Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's a Not Perfect One, and it's gonna be me in this video, and Not the One, 1986. Just to let you know, this is just a Q&A video and does not constitute any legal advice. This is just opinions of two guys. So let me know how you feel. Comment after the video, and enjoy.
The next one is preventative maintenance. Um, that we've worked with a lot of people that don't think too much about this. You know, they go to the range once every 2 years, and when they get the gun home after they've been shooting it all day, they might do a little bit with it. Maybe, like the guy that I work with most of the time, I think he sprayed a little WD-40 on it or something after he shot it, and that was it, and that's all he's done to it for 2 years.
Yeah.
if he had to try to defend my life with it, it probably wouldn't even go off, and if it did, he'd probably shoot me with it.
Yeah, man. Preventive maintenance, that's part of responsible gun ownership. You need to know how to at least basically field strip every weapon that you have to be able to lubricate it, wipe it down, get dust off of it, know how to clear a jam or malfunction. I mean, you have to have it, because if you're carrying it, it's an extension of your lifeline. It's an extension of your defense mechanism. So if you don't have it and you're not proficient with it and something doesn't work, that may be the last time you ever have to think about it, because you probably end up dead.
Another thing that you should always carry, that's arguably more important than carrying a gun, is a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's another lifeline
Yep.
that you can use to get yourself out of a jam. And they're more expensive, but I really recommend having a smartphone in today's day and age, because say somebody's chasing after you and you run into some woods, you can use the nav app on it to find your way to safety. Or if you don't have a phone number that you need to call to get help, you can look it up on the internet. So
Another thing about carrying a phone, a lot of people don't know this, but don't quote me on the exact date, but I think every phone made after 2004 or 2005, you can make an emergency call even if the phone is locked.
Yes.
Or if the phone is not activated at all. So like if you had an old phone, hell, carry it in your car. If you need to check the function first, but most of the phones, I think it's 2004 or 5, made after a certain date, it can always be used for 911 if you have service, regardless if if the phone is literally cut off, it can still be used for 911 service, as long as you have signal.
It's good to always be striving to have a better system.
Mm-hmm.
And what some people do is, okay, a handgun is basically a defensive weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And you might find yourself in a situation where you need an offensive weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they'll keep a long gun in their truck or in their trunk of their car, and your system will be using that gun that you have on you to get yourself to your vehicle, to get that other gun that you can really defend yourself with.
Right.
And meanwhile, be getting on your phone to get the cavalry on the way.
Yeah, just check the laws wherever you live at. I want to say, don't quote me on this, but Arkansas, you can carry a long gun.
You can.
It's not really regulated like that, but check.
All the firearms laws in Arkansas are in regard to handguns, so you can have any kind of long gun you want, an AR, fully locked and loaded in your trunk, ready to go. But that also kind of falls under locking your guns up.
Yeah.
If possible, you want to have some kind of secured way, like a gun rack that's lockable in your vehicle, if you can swing that.
Right.
And if you can't, then that also falls under the whole bumper sticker thing.
Yeah.
If you're gonna leave guns in your car, which isn't real recommended, especially if they're not locked up, then you definitely don't want to put bumper stickers on your car that scream, "Hey, I got a gun here."
Right.
Another thing is for all you pet owners out there, especially dog owners that always can be taking your dogs out on walks or going to the dog park. You'll see all the time on shows like Judge Judy and other court shows where somebody's dog got mauled by somebody else's dog,
Mhm.
or somebody's dog attacked someone, and then it escalated into a confrontation between both owners.
Right.
And so when you're walking your pets, I recommend you always carry, and not only that you carry your gun, but that you also carry a less lethal option like pepper spray,
Mhm.
because you don't want to have to shoot that dog if you don't have to, but it's if it's hurting your dog, you're going to do something about it, and if you have the pepper spray on you, then that's the option that you're going to go with.
Another thing about carrying, a lot of people, if you can, carry a flashlight just with your everyday carry.
At least when you're in a dark place, or if it's at night.
Right, definitely.